Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid review. Leipzig 3, Real Madrid 2, the first defeat of the season. And when I say season, I mean the actual season, not pre-season. The first defeat in the Champions League as well. It's obviously tough and poor to lose games, but yeah, if there's any time we really want to lose, I think this is the time where we can afford to drop some points. Hopefully we can bounce back, of course, but yeah, we are looking at, before the World Cup, got a couple more games to go. We are already through the next one of the Champions League. It's whether we get the top spot, which I really think we should. Whether we do it, I'm not too sure. I think we have Leipzig at home next for our last game, so that should be relatively comfortable game where we get the result. But I think in this game, we're lacking the likes of Benzema, Luka Modric, and for me personally, the most important players this season, the MVP that I've been praising and many people have been praising, Fede Valverde. I feel like a lot of people will say, "Oh, we missed Benzema a lot. We missed, Modric a lot." But in my opinion, I think Valverde is so crucial this season because of his pace. He's rapid. He changes the game he can change the game on the counter. He's perfect. We just lack that. I feel like we lack that pace, and it was really poor. I mean, we also, benched a couple of our good players as well. I mean, our squad was so weird, man. I mean, so obviously, Benzema, Modric as well, and Fede Valverde. Those are the three big names. In my opinion, Fede Valverde. I know Benzema would have been helpful, because we would have scored maybe one or two more with him. Modric would have been helpful as well. Control the midfield. We lacked that. But Valverde, I mean, that pace of his, I felt like we lacked a bit of pace today, man. And a bit of a difference maker. On that right hand side, a difference maker. I mean, don't get me wrong, Asensio is a good player, and he did get an assist as well, and he did do quite well as well on that right hand side, but we needed something else, man, and we didn't have it. Benzema, I felt is a big miss as well, of course. And I'm not trying to find it as an excuse. I'm not trying to say an excuse like we like these players and Leipzig don't deserve the win, because they do deserve the win. They were the better side. They played the better football in this game, and they well and truly 100% deserved the victory. But I just felt that those players that we missed really screwed us, and I felt like when we missed those players, I felt like we were gonna grind for a draw, most probably, or we'll probably lose. In my opinion, I was like, to win will be so hard with some of our better players, which also means you need better squad depth, because no Benzema, we are playing Rodrigo up front, and I know in certain games this season where we don't have Benzema, we can deal with it. We can put Rodrigo up front, or Vini up front, or Hazard up front. I mean, I don't think he's a solution, but we can deal with it. Especially with like Rodrigo or Vini up front, right? Or maybe Asensio, or we'll try to get a solution, right? But I don't think these solutions are for the long term. I think they are just cover up. At the moment, we don't have a proper replacement for Benzema. Let's just throw Rodrigo up front. Hopefully he does well. Because Rodrigo isn't a striker. He can't replace Benzema. We need a proper number 9. A proper player who can play number 9 and do a good or even maybe a decent job. I mean, who do we have? Benzema. Mariano Diaz is nowhere near the standards we're looking for. It's a disgrace how he's still at this club. He doesn't play. When he plays, he's horrendous. He's not a standard. Behind them, Jovic left, which we're not going to talk about because he left months ago. We got Rodrigo, who's a right wing. Vini's a left wing. Asensio's a right wing. Hazard, he's not been doing well at all for the last 4 years of his Real Madrid career. So you can't expect any of these players to replace Benzema. We need another striker, and I've been saying this for the last 6 months at least. We need another striker to compete with Benzema and slowly fit in with him, and then eventually replace him. That's what we need. I thought Rodrigo did okay, scored a penalty goal, did quite well. As well, Vini did quite well. as well. So let's talk about the goal, shall we? First goal scored by Leipzig. Let me just get to my notes. The first header from Andre Silva is headed and saved by Courtois. However, the ball came straight back to Guardiola, who headed it back in. He's a top centre back. Multiple clubs were looking at him. I think Spurs were. I think Chelsea were. He's a top centre back. Left-footed, which is quite rare to be honest. I know a few like Pau Torres, as well. Those two I think will be some players to look out for. Guardiola, really good player, as well. And that's why he's been linked to so many big clubs in Europe, because he is a top centre back. And yeah, really good header. The second goal scored by Nkunku. Now, whether he's going to Chelsea, I think we really missed out on him. Now, he might not be a proper number 9, but I'm sure he can do a fantastic job there. So I don't understand why we didn't try to go for him. Maybe it wasn't the sort of player that we wanted, not the type of profile. Maybe it didn't suit our plan, whatever. But I just felt like we really had to go for someone like him. He's so versatile. He can play on the wings, he can play up front, he can play as a number 10, maybe even a number 8. He's so versatile, he can play basically everywhere, right? He scored the second. It was a short corner, not cleared, and I think it was David Raum, signing from Hoffenheim. He had a fantastic season last season with them. And it goes under the legs of Tchouaméni, and it goes to Nkunku, and a left-footed shot off the bar and in. That's a really, really good shot as well, and deserved. Like I say, that's poor defending. Tchouaméni this season has been one of the better players, in my opinion, especially considering he came in from Monaco, and Monaco are a weaker side, and a weak in a weaker league, right? I think the Liga we can safely say it's a weak league in the Liga, and he's gone from Europa League to Champions League, so the levels have really increased. But for him to come into this season, do really, really well, is already outstanding. I'm happy with how he's doing right now, but I felt like that goal was a mistake on his. And everyone makes mistakes. You are human, I'm human, we make mistakes. And we're just gonna learn on that mistake and not let it happen again. There's no point blaming on Tchouaméni, even though yes, it was his fault for letting the ball go on his legs, but nothing I think he could have done about it. Maybe he could have, stopped it. Either ways, I don't think Tchouaméni can be blamed, considering it's his first, time playing for such a big club, first season, not even 6 months in, it's about 3-4 months in, he's trying to settle in, and he is, a new signing, and I just think he needs time, to adjust. I feel like yes, he's had a good start so far. I don't think he's fully adjusted, because it's not even 6 months into the season, not even his first season. You can't say you have already adapted and adjusted to a new league when you're not even a year in. I think you gotta be in that league for at least a year to be fully adapted to that league. He's been here for 3 months. He's done really well for his start. He's made a mistake. We make mistakes. I forgive him, right? Because I don't blame him. The third goal, Vini Jr. It was a good cross from Asensio on his right foot. We don't really see that from Asensio because primarily a left footer. Of course, as we know, scored a lot of bangers with his left. But yeah, good cross on his right foot. I think it was Andre Silva marking him. A good cross, headed in by Vini off the post and in. Good header. Vini Jr., we need you to step up. We need him to step up when Benzema's not there. He got us the goal. He played quite well. Maybe not his best game ever. Maybe he could have scored a couple more, taken a bit more chances. But I felt like he did what he possibly could have, as much as possible. And maybe there was a few other chances where he probably should have scored. I felt that, he did alright, I don't think Vini Jr. was the problem. I think it was more of the whole team as a whole, It's one of those games where if you lose a couple of players up front, in the midfield, you drop a couple of players at the back, the communication just goes off, because we brought Nacho in, and I'm not trying to say Nacho is the problem, by the way, but the back line just, switches up. The midfield, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Cruz, switches up because Modric has been playing really well and has been playing regularly, Valverde too, and both of them dropped. So you switch it around, which I want to see more changes, but that's the problem with changing. the more players he has, the more changes he makes. And the more changes he makes, the team don't play together for a little while. So let's say you go with Modric, Valverde, Tchouaméni as your midfield three. For example, the next week you bring in Cruz, Camavinga, Tchouaméni. You got 3 different type of players already. You got Tchouaméni, who he worked with Modric and Valverde, for example. So now he has to work with Cruz and Camavinga. And then the other two, they barely played. They come in, they have to work with Tchouaméni, who they haven't worked with. So it takes time to adjust. And like I said with Tchouaméni, adapt. For me, this defeat isn't a bad defeat in my opinion, because not only do we need time to adapt and adjust, we scored 2 goals and we lost by 1. It was a narrow win for Leipzig, 3-2. Felt like we probably could have gotten a draw somewhere. We didn't, and I'm not saying they don't deserve the win, they do, but we really could have pushed them for the draw if we had just a little bit of time, because when we scored it was the 94th minute, so it's never gonna happen. Leipzig's third goal was scored by Werner. I think it's Simikan, running all the way, playing on the right hand side. I know he can play right back, but isn't he more of a centre back? Drilling it into Werner, who was left unmarked by Eder Militao. I mean, Militao there was just poor from Militao. I've got to be honest, right? That was poor from Eder Militao. I know, like I said earlier, Tchouaméni made a mistake. Now Militao made this mistake. You know, I don't know what he was doing. He was standing so far away from Werner. Werner just knows that in front of him, Militao is going to get dragged in as well. Get dragged in. And he's just behind Militao thinking, thanks for giving me all the space in the world. Simakan is just going to drill a ball into me. And the goalkeeper is, trying. He thinks that Simakan might take a shot. So he goes over to try to cover Simakan. But he just drills the ball into the middle. Militao has to mark the man behind. Mark his man. He doesn't. He allows Werner to be free. The cross goes in. And Werner just taps it in. Easy. It's too easy for Leipzig. It's too easy for Timo Werner. And yeah, it's 3-1. And that was the game over. When, that was it. That was literally it. I don't think anyone at Real Madrid, any Real Madrid fans, any of the people, the coach, I don't think any of the players had any doubt in mind that was over. But we did score another one. A penalty was given after Simakan, I think it was, purposely tripped Rodrigo. For sure a penalty. If you look at the replay and rewatch the foul, he purposely stick his leg out from behind, not from behind, but he stick his leg out and trips Rodrigo down. Penalty for sure, 100%. I'm not even trying to be biased, because if one of our players did that to them, I would have said the same. Trust me on that, because yeah, I do think it's a penalty and he scored. He hits it to the left, goalkeeper goes to the right, goes the wrong way, and that is 3-2. Let's talk about some of the highlights. 5 minutes in, Tchouaméni's header hitting the side netting. 18 minutes in, Haidara's curling shot, it was deflected, but punched away, beaten away by Thibaut Courtois. Rodrigo had a shot at the near post, beaten away by Blaswich, the goalkeeper. Vini Jr. had a shot punched away by Blaswich as well in the 37th minute. In the 43rd minute, Vini Jr. has a shot straight at the goalkeeper. Quite a weak shot that was. And then we just skip all the way to the 79th minute into the second half, where obviously Vini Jr. Taps it wide after Lo Asensio goes. Now this is a chance that we probably would have taken and should have taken. He taps it wide. I mean, good opportunity wasted. And then in the 92nd minute, Rodrigo's shot is saved right before he scored his penalty. So that is that. I'm gonna end it off around here. Overall, this review, I just want to say it's a defeat, but it's not the worst defeat, and it's not the worst time to get a defeat, because we are at this point where the Champions League, we are already through. It's just whether we get the top spot, and I feel like we can get a top spot because we have Celtic next. So, and I'm not gonna try to underestimate Celtic, but you know, are they really gonna come up with the Real and get a win? You never know, but yeah, hopefully we rebound and bounce back. We have got Girona next. Can we do it? Hopefully we can. But that will be it for today's review. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's review. Hit the like button if you guys did. Subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.